I think, independent pharmacy as a whole, kind of even beyond any of the leadership groups and industry groups, but just independent pharmacies have really shined through COVID. And now that that's kind of winding down, there's so much goodwill and so much, equity built into the communities from that pandemic. How do you think that rolls out to the next thing where, you know, life goes on? All the payers are still looking to, save money and get the most value for their plans and for their community. So, what do you think's next?
Well, I think that's just, there's the old saying that I think it was John Rockefeller once said, success is doing the common things uncommonly well. And, I think, fine tuning ourselves, with, our MedSync programs, with our adherence packaging, with immunizations himself. I mean, just think about, COVID, but how many people, think about COPD patients. I was just giving flu shots yesterday and I was listening to this gentleman wheezing the whole time. And I asked him, I said, you have a pneumonia? Have you had a pneumonia vaccine? Which he did. But those opportunities that, you're right. We have this goodwill and we shouldn't rest on our laurels on it, that we should be, moving the needle of, how can we do that? And what's great is that, we've made some great partnerships, not just with physicians, but, our different community leaders, organizations, our immunization, like yesterday I did a clinic and I did, 30 flu shots, and I also did almost 30 COVID bivalent vaccines, at the same time. And that's the other thing. If you would have asked me, 15 years ago when I first started doing shots, could I do more than 6 a day? And I said, oh no, I could never do more than 6 a day. You find it creative of what you can do. And we just have to keep becoming innovative and working together to get there. And that's what the other thing that's exciting. And this is me putting on my teacher hat is that a lot of our young pharmacists, they're not sure about community pharmacy, because there's another side of community pharmacy, because of the way reimbursements are and everything, that there is an ugly side to it. But I keep telling them they're the future, and they got to speak up. They got to say, I don't want to practice that way. And these type of networks, this type of growth is probably going to get us there. Well, it has to get us there. I don't think we have a choice. I think if you want to be in business in the next 10 to 20 years, you've got to be creative of what you do. And you've got to be more than just an access point for medications. You're an access point for somebody used this term a couple months ago. We're not always the drug experts, but we're the experts of optimizing medication therapy. And that has, when you think about that term can mean so many different things. Getting somebody, truly adherent, identifying a drug therapy problem, identifying that they need immunization or they're missing a medication. They're on Fosamax for osteoporosis, and ask them, something simple. Do they take a calcium supplement so that they can keep their, from their bone loss, from getting worse? So, there's things that we've been doing, Will, for the last, 20, 25 years that we took for granted. And I think we have to capitalize on those things that we do well, because it still matters.